Hello, it's I, Mr. Big T Anderson. This is the fanfiction reading of It's in the Shoes. This is by Speedy1236, and this is from the Sonic fandom. If you're new here, let me go over the rules. Obviously, this isn't my fanfiction. It is Speedy's. I'm just reading it. So, if you enjoy it, please go through the links down below to the author's page as well as the fanfiction. Leave a good review. Peruse some of the author's other work. And with that, let's begin. Chewing his lip in concentration, Miles, Tails Prower, was leaning over the large table positioned right in the middle of his workshop. Before him lay his recently built Eggman detector, a device searching for frequency patterns used by the notorious scientists' machinery and giving out an alert if a match was found. The device did what it was designed for, but Tails hoped he could improve it a little to avoid false alarms for every old piece of robot junk they encountered. The fact that the team had decided to take a short break after having rescued Knuckles from the Marauders gave the two-tailed fox a bit of time to iron out some possible quirks. Cream, Big, and Amy had taken Cheese out to the backyard. Sonic was exploring the city, which left Knuckles and Rouge to watch Tails work. As it seemed, the two had little to hold the conversation on. Tails knew the red echidna considered every moment they passed here a wasted one, and the white bat was looking over his shoulder with little more than interest than Tails would have liked for a government spy. It wasn't that he totally distrusted Rouge. Distrust just wasn't the right term. He wasn't too sure what to really make of her, that was all. For now, he was okay knowing she was on their side, at least as long as they all worked against the Marauders. Across of Tails, Knuckles still leaned against the motionless and against the sideboard until he audibly cleared his throat. "How long is this going to take you, Tails?" "Not that much longer, Knuckles." Tails looked up just briefly. "I know you want to get going, but the Mystic Ruins are chaotic, and the better this device works, the faster we find what we're looking for." "I see." "Why don't you just let Cutie here do his job and chill out for a moment, Nucky?" Rouge smiled. "You have no right calling me..." Knuckles' complaint was interrupted when the door flew open as far as the hinges would allow and noisily crashed against the wall behind it. "You gotta see this, guys." Seemingly unimpressed, Rouge leisurely waved her hand at the blue-spiked newcomer. "Oh, hi there, Big Blue." "What's up, Sonic?" Tails threw a short look at his surrogate brother before focusing on his work again. He knew Sonic better than anyone else, and whatever was going on, it wasn't serious. A reaction to danger looked different. Still, the fox wondered a little what had excited the hedgehog like that. Knuckles seemed less sure on the event's harmlessness. "What's wrong, Sonic?" "Nothing, it's just awesome. Here, check this out." And in a flash of blue, the hedgehog had moved to the echidna's side. Balancing on one foot, he held the other one out at his red friend. Momentarily speechless, Knuckles just stared at the hedgehog's foot that was being held dangerously close to his face, while Rouge and Tails exchanged a bewildered glance. "What?" the bat mouthed, but Tails could only shrug. Having decided to stand on both of his feet again, Sonic pointed down on his footwear. "I checked out the shop a few minutes from here. They got tons of awesome stuff. For example, these sneakers, they increased one's armor." Cocking an eyebrow, Knuckles mockingly looked Sonic up and down. "So, do they?" "Now, what does it help you if your feet are nicely armored and I punch you in the face, Hedgehog?" "Oh." Sonic's jaw dropped and Tails couldn't fight back a giggle. "But you know, I ran in this group of swabbots and one hit me, I didn't have a scratch, see?" He made a gesture showing himself. Beginning to look interested, Knuckles regarded Sonic again. It's not that SWAT-bot is the mightiest foe we've ever met." "Oh, come on, don't be so negative, Nux. Plus, my feet are important to me." How's this even supposed to work? Staring down at Sonic's feet, he scratched the back of his dreadlocked head. He shrugged. "Probably there's a magic force field the shoes make or something." By now, having put a pause to his work, Tails felt compelled to comment on the unasked question. It would be possible, but technically not that easy to pull off and therefore pretty expensive. They weren't exactly cheap, but looking back at his brand new footwear. "But they're comfy, they look ace, and they improve my armor." "Ah, yes." Rouge mumbled at Tails' side, appearing not very interested. "You want to check if there's some for you too?" Sonic queried, overly fond of his newest possession. "Maybe later. I gotta work on our Eggman detector, you know." Tails pointed at the device on the table. But you others can just go. I still need to get some time, and maybe Sonic is right. We should be as well equipped as we can when we go after the Marauders and try getting Angel Island back. I never had any problems with my shoes. Oh, they had some super tough gloves there, too. Super tough gloves? Well, maybe the Marauders would like a bunch of these. A fierce grin slipped on Knuckles' face. I owe 'em. That's the spirit, Knux. They won't know what hit 'em. You coming, too? The white bat shook her head. No thanks. You know a lady's gotta stick to her style, Big Blue. Sonic grinned. Alright, well, let's go, Knuckles. The echidna nodded, and the two of them walked towards the door. And you're sure this works, right? Yeah. I don't know how, but I tell you, it's in the shoes. The door falling closed behind the two boys, Rouge turned the tails, a frown on her face. It's in the shoes, she repeated. Tails shrugged sheepishly, blinking an eye at the female. You know what they say, faith moves mountains. And it's not a recording until I have a problem. Anyway, and that was It's in the Shoes by Speedy1236. So, I kind of Tails and Rouge are kind of my favorite characters, so that was one of the reasons I picked it. Just because they're very different, and anything that kind of works on showing that difference like this, I think, which it was done very well. So, if you enjoyed it, links down below, hit them, have some fun, read the other works, have a good time. Ta-ta for now.